काट रहा है.
Okay, we are live.
ठीक है भी.
So let's start the show. It's a packed house. Devashish Sen and Ishan Shahane from New York. Gargi Raut, as you can see, my colleague joining us here in the studio in Kolkata. And we've got Shahid Hashmi joining us from Pakistan. Shahid bhai, it's important that you clarify. You and I had a chat. You wanted to say something to our viewers. You've already tweeted an apology. I give you the floor. I give you the floor for whatever you have to say. Can you please tell our viewers and close the matter? Over to you, Shahid bhai.
I will say that it was unacceptable, unwarranted, whatever we said during the show, and whatever action we gave during that show, it was not to hurt any community. All are my friends in India, and I've often been trolled for being pro-India. I'm not pro something. I'm not against something. I always praise someone who are performing good on the ground, on the field, and India world number one. Their players are world number one. That is why I praise India. If India are outside top 10, I will never praise India. I will praise world number one team. So it always happens. But whatever happened during the show, I apologize to all the friends, all the communities, especially to Harbhajan Singh, who's been my favorite player over the years since 2000, and I've always admired his bowling, his comments. And I tender an unconditional apology on the Twitter during the show. So I hope my friends are not offended now. I hope my friends forgive me. Even Almighty forgive his followers. So I hope that the matter is closed, and I will always be careful in future.
Thank you very much, Shahid bhai. I think that settles it. I think you've unconditionally apologized on Twitter, and you've said the same. It is about realization. Everyone makes mistakes, and people take lessons from it and moves on. I'm sure Bhaji will also listen to this, and Bhaji is a great guy, one of the best we know. And I'm sure this is a sensitive matter. He will also take cognizance of what you've just said because it comes from the heart. And that is why when we spoke, I said, Shahid bhai, if you want to come and publicly say sorry, why don't you do that? And I think Kamran has also apologized. I really hope this matter is put to rest once and for all, and such things which are sensitive are dealt with more carefully going forward. So let's move on from there. Shahid bhai, I'll give you the first question. Pakistan versus Canada. Pakistan versus Canada, if they lose this one, there is serious ignominy in store for the team. 3 out of 3 losses can be hugely problematic for Babar Azam and team. Wasim Akram says wholesale changes. Waqar Yunus says the same. Shoaib Akhtar says the same. The board president has said surgery is required. What are you hearing? What can happen? And what is your take? Before I go to Devashish and Ishan and Gargi takes over.
Well, definitely strong measures are to be taken by Pakistan Cricket Board because this was long coming. We lost to Ireland, we lost to a depleted New Zealand team at home, and away also lost 4-1 to New Zealand. So it was coming, it was imminent, and people did not realize that Pakistan is seriously lagging behind in the style of play in T20 cricket. Their captain is not aggressive. On 30th April, they removed Shaheen Shah Afridi and brought Babar Azam. Had Babar Azam been Virat Kohli, they always compare Babar Azam with Virat Kohli. If Virat Kohli is now offered captaincy, he will definitely not accept it. So Babar Azam should not accepted captaincy on 30th April 2024. He's not improved. He has not shown signs of improvement. So as Pakistan Cricket Board chairman has said that a long overhaul, a long reprisal, a long surgery is needed to improve Pakistan cricket, because as we always say that Pakistan team is needed by international community. You need Pakistan to be among the top 6 in ODIs, in Test matches, in T20s, because they are a versatile team. They are an enjoyable team. We always enjoy, the whole world enjoy Pakistan playing at international level. So, of course, there should be measures, but these players are very good players. You need to change the mindset. You need to change the style of play. Don't overhaul the team with 15 new players. You just tell them what is the mindset, India is taking, what is the mindset England, Australia, USA is taking into T20 cricket. England, I will quote England's example. 2015, they were out of the quarterfinal. They lost to Bangladesh. They changed the mindset. They did not change the personnel. They just removed the coach, kept the same team, kept the same captain. Two or three players were changed, and now England is one of the top teams in white ball cricket.
Devashish, similar question to you. Pakistan at this point is very battered and bruised, and their problems go beyond the field. At this point in Pakistan cricket, what do you think is the solution? Do you see a solution? And of course, talk about the game versus Canada as well.
Yeah, I would accept go with Shahid Bhai given the show by Babar Azam in T20 format. He has averaged only 20.11 since T20 World Cup 2022, and that's dismal to say the least. Means as a captain, when you are leading the side, to be averaging only 20 in 2020 in T20 matches since T20 World Cup 2022 is abysmal. Means and obviously his strike rate has not that been great. 97.31. Yes, you might say that he stitched that partnership of 70 runs in that game against Ireland, but you need the captain to lead from the front. Means and he and with him not coming to the pre-match press conference, neither post-match press conference, it is the captain who should take the onus, take the responsibility. When he takes the credit of the team winning, he should also accept the mistakes, and some of the decisions that he took in this World Cup has been horrible. So let's put it, it's a captain has to lead from the front, because Pakistan, as we know, it has a world class bowling, and it has time and again said, obviously the likes of Mohammad Nasim Shah, Sain Shah Afridi, Haris Rauf, Mohammad Amir will match the likes of the best, along with the best. But it is their batting that has let them down big time. Means and you see the last couple of matches. Means 80 for 3. How can you lost that game against India? Means totally unacceptable.
Ishan, your
Yes,
thoughts?
Gagi, I think, both Shahid Bhai and Devashish are, right on the point here because, to be honest, I think a lot of changes have to be made. This whole Pakistani cricket team at the moment is looking mishapped. There's no sort of structure to it. And obviously, if we're talking about Babar Azam as a captain, you're supposed to lead by the front. And Shahid Bhai rightly mentioned that his average, and Devashish also mentioned that his average has been very poor. If you're not getting runs, if you're not captaining the side well, some poor decisions, this team is bound to crumble under pressure. The batting seems weak, Gargi. That day, like when I was in the stand, I mentioned, that there were fans with me and they needed 36 or 4 overs. I've already mentioned this, and I told the Pakistani fan that this is still Pakistan's game. Why are you so worried? 36 or 4 overs. This is extremely easy in T20 cricket. And the Pakistani fan came back to me and told me that but we don't have the batting. Imad Wasim is the bowler. We have two bowlers at the moment on the crease, and I think where Pakistan team is probably lacking is in the batting because they have all the bowling. They have Naseem, they have Shaheen, they have Harris. So these three bowlers are just top class. But if they don't, if the batters don't back their bowlers, this team can't be formed as a proper unit, and that's the reason why this team is hurting so much. So even against the game against Canada, Devashish and me discussed that do we even expect Pakistani fans at the moment to turn up? After two horrible losses, probably not, because there's still a lot of backlash and there's still a lot of disappointment in those fans. So, to be honest, I think a lot of things have to change in the structure. A new captain has to be involved. Probably the whole team has to be reformed. 6 to 7 players have to go, and I think that's the only way this team can possibly move ahead. Because if you lose such matches in 36 or 4 overs in the World Cup, when you had this game in your hand playing against India, your arch rivals, you should see your team through. You can't get there and then just probably just not make it. I mean, no world team would reach that close and give it away, especially when you're playing against your arch rival. So it is definitely quite a disappointment to a lot of Pakistani fans. But coming back to the point, a lot of changes have to be made. I think 6 to 7, Gagi.
Boli, I'd love to know your opinion on this as well. Like I said, their problems go beyond the field at this point. What is your solution to Pakistan cricket and for a better future?
I keep hearing things like what Shaheen Afridi doesn't speak to Babar Azam. Babar Azam doesn't speak to Shaheen Afridi. I mean, such things cannot happen in an international cricket team. Wasim Akram referred to it. A couple of other Pakistani greats referred to it. Shahid Bhai keeps talking about rifts in the team. I mean, these things are horrible. How can you say the captain doesn't speak to the premier bowler or vice versa or things like that? Then drop all. If two mature cricketers who are top-notch cricketers don't have the sense to behave in a manner which is fitting for a country, they are playing for the flag. This is Pakistan, for God's sake. This is not a club team playing out there. If they are not representing the country with pride, they don't deserve to be in that team. And the same applies for any cricketer playing for any national team. So my point is, there has to be, first thing is play for pride. Take a lot of pride in who you are playing for. Today, look at Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya. Whatever happened in club cricket or franchise cricket is now a thing of the past. The way Rohit and Hardik hugged each other, and the captain inspiring Hardik and Hardik responding to that, that is how international cricket ought to be played. That is the whole moot point of international cricket, isn't it? And here we are seeing a Pakistan with so much talent blowing up on their face. That was a match to win, for God's sake. 80 for 3, 113 you are not able to, I mean 113 you are scoring. When will you sort of get going properly? But if you really ask me, what will happen? Further some losses, but give some new players an opportunity. Get new blood in, get them up. There after a couple of years they will take charge rather than this happening. I would want Shahid Hashmi to respond to that. But my recipe is, if people are not taking pride and behaving in such immature manner, they need to be sort of left out for a while and made to feel that no one is indispensable, except the fact that it's Pakistan cricket. The institution is important. No one is indispensable.
Akash Chakraborty here is saying if Pakistan lose today, then cricket is dead for Pakistan. Shahid, I'd love to know your take on this because from a Pakistani journalist's perspective, if Pakistan lose to Canada, what is going to unleash there?
Well, cricket is the number one sport in Pakistan. In fact, the only sport in which we are internationally recognized. So I don't think cricket will die if Pakistan goes out after losing to Canada. This happens to team. If you look at New Zealand, they could be out of the Super 8 if they lose to West Indies. So such things happen to teams, but Pakistani problems are deep rooted. If Mohsin Naqvi start a surgery from tomorrow, is being removed in July, then all things will come to zero once again. Well, will come to zilch once again. So the problems are deep rooted. I hope, and we are all praying that Mohsin Naqvi stays there for 3 years, so that if he wants to implement his policies, he has time. He has 3 years to do and implement all his policies. The problems are deep rooted. The domestic cricket is not of international standard. When players perform at domestic cricket, they come to international cricket and they start to learn. International cricket is not the stage where you learn. You should be mature enough to play international cricket. They brought Muhammad Amir and Imad Wasim out of retirement, and this was a huge injustice to all those players who were performing at international in domestic cricket. Kamran Ghulam, Tayyab Tahir, they played a few matches and they were discarded. Imad Wasim was brought. They have Mehran Mumtaz, they have Faisal Akram, they have a lot of quality left arm spinners who can bat. Yasir Arfat Minhas, who excelled at under 19 level. So they have a lot of players. And when you bring somebody from out of retirement, you do injustice to all these players who are good performers at domestic cricket. Zaman Khan was left out. He's a very good death over bowler. He's played Big Bash. He's played Bangladesh League. He's played all over the world, good leagues. But he was discarded just because they wanted Muhammad Amir to come back. Imad Wasim was brought back. So huge injustice to all those who performed at domestic level. So if you have cavity in one or two of your teeth, you don't remove all your 32 teeth. You just remove the ones who have cavities. So just do the repair. Just do one or two minor changes. Don't remove all the 15 players. Just 4 or 5 players, as Ishan has said, 4 or 5 players, and then bring some youngsters who could learn, because Champions Trophy is upon us, just 5 6 months, and we are hearing the Champions Trophy will also be on T20 format. So take measures properly and do short-term plannings and long-term planning. You have 2026 World Cup. If you go out of top 10, you'll have to qualify for the World Cup in 2026.
All right, all right. Now staying on the topic of Pakistan, but moving on to a different tournament, we have the dates for the Champions Trophy, tentative dates, February 19th to March 9th. But now the topic will be about, the debate will be surrounding around whether or not India will go to Pakistan, because you're seeing currently there was a terror attack in India in Jammu and Kashmir, where a bus full of Hindu pilgrims was shot at, and the bus driver lost control and went into into the ditch. So it's quite fragile at the moment when we talk about the political tensions between the two countries. But Devashish, at this point, do you think there is any way? Of course, we all know the answer, but if there's a solution to this, will India go to Pakistan? Will Pakistan shift or maybe do a hybrid model? Where do you think the solution lies for Champions Trophy?
I think we might see yet another hybrid model tournament with tournament being staged in UAE, and that's the best solution because Pakistan have a huge number of fans in Dubai and UAE, so and India will have no problem whatsoever in traveling to Dubai to play the matches. But then, what surprises me that having been to Pakistan, we saw what it was like in 2006 when India toured Pakistan. It is such a beautiful country to tour. Means obviously the people are so loving and caring. Means having been to places, but then things are not and we must blame the politicians for for such things. Obviously, we need India and Pakistan to play each other, and that has not been the case in recent times. So it's unfortunate, but with this current Indian government, I see no chances whatsoever for India to travel to Pakistan to play the Champions Trophy. So we might as well see yet another hybrid model for the upcoming. Sideby is smiling, so it's sort of he is accepting the fact.
No, 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 no. I am a born optimist. I am a born optimist. I have already dreamed of hosting the whole Rev sports team in Lahore. So I accept the situation is fluid, but things will definitely improve in the next 2 3 months. Modi Saab has now taken charge for a third time. I hope the Sharifs are also inclined to improve relations with India and definitely see things will change. Situation is still fluid, but I definitely see things will improve. ICC has sent a lot of teams to Pakistan. They are satisfied with all the things, and Pakistan has thrown the dice and thrown the offer to India that all their matches will be hosted in Lahore. And I see all the Indian fans coming to Lahore and watch their games. International community, international pressure will also be on India because Pakistan have toured India twice, 2016 and 2023. So why not come for a short period of 15 days, full security, full assurances, and things will definitely improve.
All right, we've
Uh,
lost. Yes.
Let me answer that. Let me answer that. First things first, this is not a cricket decision. It is an entirely political decision. Entirely political decision which will be taken by the governments of the two countries. In this case, the government of India. I totally agree with Devashish. I don't see India going to Pakistan as on date. If things improve, and look, all of us want peace in this region. All of us want it. We want peace in this region, and that is why people to people contact. Shahid Hashmi is a friend. Shoaib Akhtar is a friend. Wasim Akram is a friend. These people are friends of ours. And they have tons of fans in India. Wasim Akram, for example, has tons of fans in India. Look at the way Yuvraj and Wasim greeted each other. Look at the way the players greeted them. But there is also a thing, and majority of the people are not bad, and we know that. Neither this side of the border, not that side. But there is also the truth that if terror is allowed to persist or foster in any form, it is impossible for India to travel to Pakistan. Let us be real. It is not going to happen. And that is where the hybrid model kicks in. It is only understandable that Shahid Hashmi is positive because, come on, he's from Pakistan and he has a responsibility towards his nation, just like we have a responsibility towards our nation. And for me, no amount of money, even if one life is in danger, one life, end of story. No money is equivalent to one life or putting one life into jeopardy. And sadly, what we have seen with that 2-year-old child, so far, Jaish is the only organization that has taken responsibility to an extent. We all know that it is not ready yet. Why doesn't Pakistan show intent? Let Pakistan show intent that they are serious about terror, and India will, I am sure, show intent about traveling to Pakistan. We have not seen that. As on date, I do not see an Indian team traveling to Pakistan to play cricket. I do see Dubai. February is great weather in Dubai, very nice weather. And let Pakistan claim the hosting rights. Let them claim the money. Let ICC pay them more money. There is absolutely no problems. Absolutely no problems. But as on date, I don't see bilateral cricket happening. Neither do I see anybody traveling to Pakistan at this point from an Indian standpoint. And I'm clear. And I understand where Shahid Hashmi is coming from. With due respect to Shahid Bhai, that is expected. He will have hopes that Indians will travel. All of us have hope that if there is peace in the region, and if our government, and I'm making it clear, if our government decides that there is peace in the region, no cricketer, no board, no Boria, no Shahid, no Devashish, no Gargi, no Isha. If the government of India feels that it is safe for Indian cricketers to travel, I am sure things will have a breakthrough. But it is entirely a political call, and none of us sitting here can be in judgment. And also, let me clarify, if India doesn't go, it will be a security call and it will be a government call. So they will give the ICC a written thing that this has been a government call. ICC can't do anything. If the government of India decides, no penalty, no nothing, because it's an international norm that if it's a security issue, if the government of a country decides, then this can't happen. Hybrid model seems, as on date, sitting today, 6 months later, things improve different. Sitting today, hybrid model seems the only solution, practical solution. But as I said, all of us live in hope that we will have peace in South Asia. It will be a terror free South Asia. Pakistan will show intent in doing so. And then, if that happens, the government of India will reciprocate, is what we can hope for. All of us believe in peace. And every life, I keep saying it, every single life is way more important than any amount of money or any sport. I don't care for cricket. Let every life be saved. That's what all of us want. Ultimately, sport is a prism of life, and you don't want lives to be sacrificed at the altar of sport.
Shahid, I'd like to ask you another question on this topic. You were saying that you are very optimistic that India will travel to Pakistan. We've lost Shahid again because of some network issue. I'll ask this question to Ishan as well. I was asking Shahid that isn't it a bit unfair for PCB at this point after what's happened, the terror attack in Resi, to even expect Indians to travel at this point to Pakistan, knowing the conditions, knowing the terror activity over there. Ishan?
It's completely unfair, Gagi. I think it goes without saying that it seems impossible for the Indian team and of course the fans to travel over to Pakistan. Like Boreada mentioned, like Debashish mentioned, I think they've spoken in great depth about this, that it's more than just a cricketing issue; it's a political issue, and it goes beyond just cricket. And at the end of the day, you don't want to take any measures that will put your fans and your team into any sort of risk, because sport is just sport, but life after that is much more important. So definitely, Gargi, I think not much can be expected out of this, and I think it's already been discussed in great detail that it just seems highly improbable, because at the moment there are still a lot of issues that are going on politically. There are still a lot of security reasons why this team can't travel, and if it's not safe, that's the end of the point. There's no further discussion post that. If it's not safe, then it's not safe. So I don't know how this possibility of even thinking of traveling could have come up, but obviously Pakistan, being the host nation, would have wanted the Indian team to travel, but it seems highly improbable, Gagi.
Shahid bhai, if you can hear us,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
moving, yeah, you can. You wanted to ask a question.
Yes, I was asking if there's any sort of resistance from PCB at this point, saying everything's good over here, you can come. And if India say no at one point, and there's still resistance from PCB after everything that's happened, the terror attacks, will it be unfair from PCB to even expect India to travel to Pakistan at this point?
Well, as a host country, Pakistan will keep insisting that India should come, but it's up to the Indian government to decide. Then the BCCI will decide, take a lead from their government, take a permission from their government, and then ICC will definitely be helpless because it's a government's call. It's not a
Yeah.
BCCI's call. It's not someone else's call. But I am a born optimist. I'm an advocate of peace. I see India sending a security delegation mid-October. Mark my words.
Yeah, I mean, and I understand where you're coming from. Firstly, all of us believe in peace. And let's be clear, but that is the point. So far, we have not seen intent, and that is why peace has been sacrificed at the altar of terror. We all want peace in South Asia, Shahid Bhai. And when you came to India, for example, we hosted you with open arms, and we will do so again. Every time you come to India, you're a brother. Every person from Pakistan who
Well,
comes
just
over to
just
India
just one point.
yeah, Your internet is a bit choppy, Shahid bhai. Yeah, you wanted to make a point.
Just one point that even just one point that the state of Pakistan is also helpless. Since 2001, Pakistan has bear the brunt of terrorism. It is accused of harboring terrorism. It is accused of supporting. In fact, Pakistan has borne the brunt of all this terrorism. Millions of people have died, and Pakistan have been at the receiving end also. Yes, there are problems, but definitely Pakistan will show intent. This government, the Sharifs, they will definitely move towards India with the promise to shake hands, with the promise to create peace and a good environment in Southeast Asia. It's the need of the hour. It's the need of millions of people. So definitely you will see intent in the next 2 3 months, and I see, being a born optimist, I see things will definitely improve between Pakistan and India come October.
You just answered. We all want to see that intent. We want to see that happen. And as Anurag Thakur said some months back, that overnight it will not get sorted, but the moment we see intent, the government of India will reciprocate. But you've just answered, Pakistan has borne the brunt of terror. People have died. So how does India or the Indian government send its cricket team? On what basis yet? That, what is the assurance? How does it sort of protect its own people and its cricketers? It's a very complex issue, and we are not diplomatic experts here. So after a point, we will have to let this be. But my take here is, if there is intent, all of us believe in this kind of world where, which the ideal world is India and Pakistan harbor no cross-border tensions. If that happens, brilliant. And why no India-Pakistan cricket? Then even bilateral cricket can start after a point if there is no terror. But as on date, I don't see. I honestly don't see India traveling to Pakistan sitting today. 6 months down the line, I don't know. Will India send a security delegation if things improve? Might be, yes. But the Indian government will need to show results to convince its people that the call has been taken basis some serious action on the other side of the border. Asking you a cricket question, Shahid Hashmi. What is Babar Azam's fate? Is he going? Is he staying? What is the consensus in Pakistan? What are your sources in the PCB telling you? Is Babar Azam history, or does his captaincy remain? Give me a straight answer.
Yeah, he'll be removed as captain because he's not shown improvement. In fact, he should decency. He should come out and say that yes, I am responsible for this defeat. I have not improved in the last 1.5 years. True that we qualified for the final in 2022, but that was at the expense of South Africa. Netherlands beating South Africa, and then we sneaked into the semi-final and then final. There were paper on the cracks, simply because Pakistan's performance in the first round was not up to the mark. They played the final. It was definitely lucky. They were definitely lucky. So Babar Azam should come, meet the PCB chairman, and tender his resignation rather than being removed. He's a world-class player, but he's not a good captain at all.
We should thank Shahid Bhai and move to football.
Yes, yes.
So, Shahid Bhai, thank you very much once again for the straight talk at the start of the show. That takes courage to come
Thank
and
you so much.
apologize on public digital
Thank you
platform.
so much. I even apologize to my youngsters if I make a mistake. I am a big-hearted man.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your
Thank you,
comments.
Shahid
We
bhai.
appreciate
It
you
was good
joining
seeing you
us.
again.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
thank you,
And that's
thank you,
exactly
thank
how
you,
it
thank
should
you,
be. Thank you
thank
very
you.
much,
God
Shahid.
bless you all. God bless you all.
You Thanks a lot to everybody watching. That's Shahid Hashmi from Pakistan, clearly saying that he's unconditionally apologizing for his comment and for anyone he has hurt. And he specifically said sorry to Harbhajan Singh. So that's a clarification coming. Moving track to football. I know Devashish Sen will be watching keenly what happens in Qatar. He will be at the stadium following Pakistan, Canada, building up to India versus USA tomorrow. And I will ask, close the show with Kati roll. Can't
Yeah.
not, because Ishan and
Oh,
Devashish
ho, ho.
had lovely Kati roll. Look at Ishan's reaction. That's $1 million one. But before that, Devashish, any hope you're giving us against Qatar? Qatar is playing an under 23 team.
Yeah, but then as we spoke in our Bangla platform, it will be an uphill task for India. Means it's all about that intent, that positive intent. Obviously, Sunil Chetri will be missed, but then the onus will be on the other players. Means obviously, it lot at stake. Means you are playing, you are representing the country, and obviously, yes, playing at home against the under 23 Qatar side means we should be hopeful, but then Qatar is too good a side. Means in Asian standards, they have set the standards high. So it will be a challenge. But then whether they go on to win against Qatar will be a lot more challenging.
Ishan, any vegetarian options in Kathi roll? Can you bring some?
There was some paneer tikka, which I think you would have liked, Gargi. Paneer tikka, some. To be honest, I didn't have a look at the vegetarian section, but I'm sure
Of
there must have
course, of
been,
course.
and I did have a look at the paneer tikka as well. But
But
it
what I
was
He
wanted to
never, he
ask,
never, he never asked for any vegetarian thing. He's always after non-veg.
none of you will do that. But my question was India versus USA tomorrow. We saw a thrilling performance from USA in the last match against Pakistan.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts, Ishan? Why don't you start? How do you
Yeah,
see this matchup?
it's going to be a great game, Gagi. Obviously, the Indians are the favorites, no doubt. But this USA team will take a lot of momentum with them after that win against Pakistan. And obviously, the majority of that USA team is, filled with Indians who have possibly played Ranji Trophy cricket or in India under 19. And, so it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams come together and the camaraderie between them. So obviously, the Indians had the upper hand over here. But I think this US team would like to go out there, play for their heart, and I think maybe give the Indians a tough fight.
Okay, so Devashish Sen, 1 minute, the Kati roll experience, only the taste.
It's mouth-watering, mouth-watering. What can I say? I just can't explain it. Means it was means Ishan and me. We started the day well, obviously hoping that we will be treated with some great mouth-watering kati roll, and when we actually eventually landed at the restaurant, means with, the kati roll shop, means it's fabulous, and the ambience of that shop means obviously we had posters of Diwar, Dawn, even Bengali cinema posters. Means can you believe it? Can you imagine in Manhattan, New York?
Mm.
In New York City, you have a kati roll shop with the banners and posters of Hindi movies, Diwar, Dawn, even a Bengali poster. I don't know some Lahiri. I don't remember the name. So and it is just surprising. And then that kati roll that we experienced, both me and Ishan.
Oh,
In
Don't tell
fact,
me
in
that
fact, we
you
were
had two, right?
we had
You
two.
yes,
were
yes,
Yes,
one chicken, and what was the other one, Ishan?
it was Shami Kebab.
Shami
How to
kebab,
forget
Shami
this?
kebab.
Yes.
Ishan had one.
Khub balo. Khub
No, no,
balo
no,
बोलेगा.
two.
Khub balo. Khub balo.
Wow.
Darun.
Darun.
Oh,
He's learning Bangla as well.
everyone's going to learn Bangla. Whoever is not Bengali here in Rep Sports, everyone is going back with serious Bengali skills.
That day, Gargi finished the show saying "Khala hobe." But that's beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
on a great note, thank you very much, Ishan and Devashish. You want to play the fan park visuals to close?
Yes, here are the visuals from Fan Park. Ishan was there, I believe.
And Devashish, both of them.
And okay. And here are all the reactions from Indian fans. Take a look. And thank you for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Hi, this is Ishan Shahade from Rev Sports. I'm at the World Trade Center around the area. I'm at the ICC T20 Fan Park. Before we get started with the video, a big thank you to ITEL. Thank you for your phones. Thank you for the sponsors. Because of those phones, we get some fantastic coverage. So a big thank you. But at the moment, I'm at the ICC T20 Fan Park. Bangladesh took on South Africa. It was a fascinating game of cricket. A lot of Bangladeshi fans all around here, as you can see. There's a big space here where a lot of fans came. A few South African fans as well. But you know what? Bangladesh again needed a runner ball. Similar to the match we saw yesterday when India took on Pakistan. And unfortunately, the Bangladesh team could not cross the line. There was a range of emotion, there was happiness to begin with, and then suddenly it all ended up with the sad Bangladeshi fans leaving this fan park. Overall, this area is a great place to watch cricket. If you're in the United States, make sure you come down to the fan park. You're going to have a great day of cricket, so don't miss out on this. And before we end this video again, thank you ITEL, and thank you for helping us with our videos and content. It's really been a big help to all of us. This is Ishan Shahade signing up from Rev Sports. I'll catch you all again very soon.
I think we have a very big chance. I think we need to click batting. I think if Rohit and Virat bats for 6 to 10 hours, I think they'll take the game away from opposition.
Yeah, of course, New York conditions, it's a different game for the Indian team compared to like the USA team or other teams. But we learn really quickly, and I think that's an ongoing feature of our team. So super excited to see that happen. Yeah.